Hello, and thanks for tuning in to another Aquatic Invasive Species Spotlight. This video is going to be discussing Brittle Naiad, which is a low-growing, submerged invasive plant that can go easily undetected. And as such, it is regularly unreported, unmanaged, or confused with native naiads. Still, this plant is assumed to be well established in the Hudson Valley and is currently listed as a Tier 3 species in the Lower Hudson PRISM. So Brittle Naiad is native to Europe, West Asia, and Northern Africa. It was first reported in New York in 1935. However, its ability to go undetected and the uncertainty of how it was introduced indicates it may have been here for much longer. Brittle Naiad might have been accidentally introduced with wild rice imports or through shipping into either the Great Lakes, Chesapeake Bay, or Hudson River. This species is distributed in several eastern United States, as well as a few populations out west, and this is the distribution within the PRISM. As you can see, it falls within all counties within our region. Brittle Naiad can tolerate both freshwater and estuarine environments, preferring slow-moving or stagnant lakes, ponds, rivers, or streams up to 18 feet deep. But it does best in shallow, turbid, eutrophic environments and is able to replace native naiads that are less resilient to those conditions. Brittle Naiad can reproduce through fragmentation, as many other invasives, but its main method is through small, one-seeded fruits that release seeds in September and germinate in early spring. These fruits and seeds may spread by waterfowl as well as on boats. Brittle Naiad exhibits many of the same negative attributes as other aquatic invaders, including early spring growth and outcompeting native plants for space and light, as well as lowering dissolved oxygen levels during decomposition. This plant does particularly well dominating in shallow habitats, forming dense mat-like colonies that cover the sediment. And the plant is fairly stiff and hardy, so it also impedes water flow. So Brittle Naiad has a submersed stem, which is heavily branched and grows pretty short, up to only about 4 feet, which helps contribute to that low growing condition. It has stiff, thin leaves with serrate margins, and the leaves are actually opposite along the stem, but they do appear to be whorled, sort of bunched up at the leaf axil. They also have a compact, bushy growth, almost looking like, small trees. A lot of people say they look sort of like Dr. Seuss trees. They do have 1 to 2 very small flowers at the leaf axils, and unfortunately it's hard to find images of them because I think they're so difficult to notice on the plant. And they can be confused with native naiads due to the similar, growth form and the thin leaves. But most native naiads are not stiff or dense like Brittle Naiad. They don't hold their shape out of the water, and they're fairly, wispy and more weak than Brittle Naiad. Most native naiads also don't have the spines along the leaves. They don't have those deeply serrate margins. There are a couple that do, but the ones that also have serrate margins, again, are not as stiff and are a bit more wispy. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure and stay tuned for more of our Species Spotlight videos.